Alright, what is going on, guys, and welcome to the video. So I'm going to be showing you a game that I played in the LT-432, and this was one of the closest games that I have ever played, probably in this tank. On this map, I would say it might be the closest game I've ever played. So, again, we're in the LT-432. This is Mannerheim Line, and not the best map for spotting, but I do happen to get pretty lucky here at the beginning. I get a good amount of shots, I do a good amount of spotting, and we'll kind of see what happens. Now, from the get-go, I'm just going to tell you guys that I did throw this game. It was a loss, and I just want to preface with that because it bothered me so much for probably like an entire day after this game. I kept thinking about it, but it is what it is. I played a phenomenal game, guys, but at the very end, I did throw this game by just making one critical error, one critical mistake, and that's why I'm going to, show this game. I mean, it was a phenomenal game regardless, but I want to really show you guys, what I did right, and then at the very end, what I did wrong. And I feel like it might help a lot of people, not just become a better player, but to play this map better and stuff. I mean, I've never really been very good at Mannerheim Line. It's one of those maps that it's kind of like a heavy or medium map where you have two corners of the map, right? You have A1-ish, and then you have like J9 or whatever you want to call this. And usually your mediums go up here, and usually your heavies go down here. And it's just one of those like maps where your mediums and your heavies have a very distinct role and place on the map. And I'm not a huge fan of maps that are like that. I like more open maps. You can say Proc and stuff, but even like Muravanka, like these maps are much better in my opinion because you just have more plays that you can make. And usually what happens is when you have these two kinds of corridors and stuff like that, as a light tank, there's usually not much to do. And I find that that's the case on this map. It's just too boring in my opinion. I mean, maybe that's not the best word for it, but it's very hard to find something to do as a light tank on this map for most of the game. And, I say that with quite a few maps, but this one in particular is pretty bad, at that. Or pretty good at that, however you're looking at it, right? But that's all I can really say. At the beginning here, it's just you just have to wait for things to happen. LTTB is pressing here, and now this is something for me to do, right? So most people are spotted on the map. If you're noticing that, we have a G-SOAR and this TVP that are unlit. Other than that, everything is spotted. So it's easy to kind of see what's going to happen here in the coming moments. Now, LTTB stopped here, and I had a good feeling that he was going to turn around and push. Sure enough, he does, and I get a nasty ram into this dude. And now I'm just going to hug him. Indian Panzer, unfortunately, gets a shot on me. And I'm just going to hug this LTTB, because I know that I have the turret armor to probably take a shot from him. His turret is up a little higher than mine. And I was auto-locking on this guy, thinking that I would easily get a shot into his hole, but I guess it bounced off the turret. And then if you watch again, it bounces off the turret again, or the side of the hole, whatever. I should have just aimed. That's another error I made in this game. I should have just aimed my last shot there, but it is what it is. He was bouncing on my turret the whole time. And we clean up the LTTB. We're at 1241 damage, 1,432 assists. We're already having a good game by my standards. And my gun is toast, but I don't have the repair kit yet. But I'm going to repair that, and other than that, we're fine, right? We lost half our HP, but we took basically the entire HP of the LTTB, and even on top of that, we got hit by the Indian Panzer. So really, this LTTB didn't do much to me at all. Yeah, what can I see on the map? Well, if you're looking, we have two TDs that are here. We have a medium that's here. I'm thinking that these guys aren't going to be able to do much right now. And the E4 is kind of camping this. We have the two heavies here. I'm going to try and put my gun in this area because I saw that the STRV and the Lancet were in the middle here. And I think given that what we have here, this VK doesn't look like a very good player. He really shouldn't be here. I feel like it'll be easy for him to get flanked, even if he was a good player, because the VK is such a slow freaking tank. It's like literally one of the slowest tanks in the game. I made a video on it a long time ago that blew up, and I wasn't even that great of a player yet, but I can play it decently well, I guess. I have it on my old account, but this tank is just miserably slow, guys. It's the mouse, right? So it's a tier 8 mouse. Sure enough, these people are all going to come pushing around the corner. We have Indian Panzer, STRV, Lance, and like a bunch of people here, and they're kind of giving up this corner, but what I'm telling the VK is, dude, let them come around, because then I have shots. You know, like, I can't help you if you're going to keep poking around the corner, and this is what I hate about trying to help people on these freaking, you know, corners like this and like this, and I have my teammates that are sitting like on the other side, and I can't see the enemies. I'm like, let them come around. Let them come around so I have shots. And people don't look at the map. They don't read the chat. They just sit there and, you know, try and poke this when I'm telling them, come back so I can help you. Like, it's so annoying when you're trying to get them to fall back so you can help them. And this guy kind of did come back, but I don't know if you guys have ever been in that situation. I get that situation all the time where I put my gun where I can help someone, and then they refuse to let me help them. They keep poking the same corner or something like that and taking all the shots, and I'm like, dude, come back so I can help you. But it is what it is. We're up 729 HP. We're down 1 tank though, and we've lost the northwest side of this map. The AMX and Progetto are over here pushing my T-32, so that doesn't look that great either. And we have 3 tanks that are sitting right here where I think they're probably not doing very well. I would much rather have this E4 be up here, and he camped this the whole game. This guy right here, I know he's a red player, you know, he's not very good at the game. He's got a 200 something WN8, and look, I mean, I try and, you know, anyone can play this game. I try and be kind and all, but like this guy kind of threw this game because he didn't put his gun where it needed to be, and he's got good armor and all that, and he just literally camped the whole game, and it's just really bad. But look, I try not to insult anyone at this game. You know, not everyone is good at the game. People just like to play, you know, casually, and that's fine. I'm getting a shot into the Indian and a shot at the STRV, and you can see we're starting to really, you know, build up a lot of damage now. 2,730 damage, and we're up 1,100 HP. You know, now we're up freaking 1,300 HP. This guy dies, but the Lancin is a one-shot to me, so I know that I can, you know, get the jump on this Lancin, and the TVP does it for me. He runs at this guy. Even if he takes 1 shot, it's totally fine. He cleans up that guy, and like, we're in really good shape right now. We're tied, and we're up 1,300 HP, which is basically an entire tank. I mean, it's more HP than I have, right? So I'm thinking we're probably going to win this, right? The Indian Panzer and the STRV are, like, this guy's a 1-shot to most people, and this guy's like a 2-shot probably to most people. And you would think we're in decent shape. The TVP has 800 HP, the T26E4 has 7. Like, somehow, guys, they lose a lot of their HP, and we end up throwing this game. And like I said, I technically threw it, but I feel like we should have easily been able to win this game. You know, this Progetto does, I guess, clip out the T-32, or whatever, I think it was the T-32. And now I'm going to clean up the Scorpion. So even more so, guys, it's now a tie game, and we're still up 700 HP. And I don't know how this happened. I guess the TVP took he took a lot of damage there, probably from the Indian Panzer or whatever. So Progetto's here, STRV 81 is here, Indian Panzer is here, and I'm just, you know, reiterating this because this is what I do when I'm in the game. I like to look at the map and go, all right, this guy's here, this guy's here. What am I doing? What can I do? How am I responding to this? And, you know, what steps do I need to take in order to win this game? And this guy is putting himself, in my opinion, in just a bad spot. He's going to have shots on the Progetto, but I still don't like taking this spot late game because you just close yourself off to a lot of shots like over here. I'd rather have him sitting here or something like that, and I would come back up here. The E4 is not in a good area if no one else is going to be over here, because what happens is these guys are going to push in, and then they're going to be able to have shots at him. I know there's this rock here, but if this guy moves at all, they will have shots going this way. And if he's spotted by the Progetto here, then the Progetto will have shots at him. So there's nowhere he's safe, right? If he tries to get safe from the Progetto, he'll go here, and these people will have shots at him. If he tries to get safe from these guys over here, the Progetto's going to have shots at him going this way. So hopefully that makes sense. I think really, maybe you can get away with like diving down into this ditch, but this area is not safe if you lose both flanks, is what I'm saying. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit through this. As you guys can imagine, what did I decide to do? I don't think the STRV-81 is going to expect me to be coming this way. As it turns out, he is. He's facing this direction, and I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out why this guy would have been facing this direction. I don't know if he predicted that I was going to do this, because I wasn't spotted coming down here and going around. So I don't know, but in any case, he was facing this direction. I take one shot from him for 240 damage, but I'm able to clean him up. And now we are still up 700 HP, and we're up a tank. Okay, so again, I'm thinking, well, we can win this. We can win this. The Progetto is a 2-shot, and here we go. The TVP dies. The T-26E4 is able to clean up the Progetto, and I'm like, great. It's just the Indian Panzer. We got this. You know, we got this. E4, 527 HP. I was going to go around this way, but now at this point, I have to try and help the E4, right? So I'm going to come and try and help the E4. The E4 is just sitting in the open. I don't think he really knows how to, like, you know, poke and angle himself like this. The Indian Panzer ends up cleaning him up. And now I'm in a situation where I need to run away because I can get a shot at this guy, but I didn't want to take this shot because then I knew I was going to be a one-shot, right? So now I'm running away. I'm trying to get away from this guy. And now I'm going to try and use the ridge line to my advantage, but he plays this really well. He comes off the ridge, and now he's coming after me, and I need to run away again. So I'm going to run away, and the E4 is clicking on him as if I don't see him. Like this freaking 200 whatever W&8 dude is spamming the map like I don't see the guy. So this is why I just don't like good players sometimes, man. They're just like annoying sometimes. But anyway, Indian Panzer is going to be pushing me. I know it. I'm fairly certain this guy is going to try and push my direction. So what do? I come down to this ridge line, and this is important because I have cover here if the Indian Panzer tries to, you know, take a shot at me. I will note this. I had no idea that the Indian Panzer was such an accurate tank. It is an extremely, extremely accurate tank. It's basically like the Panther. I mean, it's maybe the Leo PTA is pretty accurate too. I'm not sure, but this is one of those like super accurate German medium sniper tanks, and I did not know that. So that's where I threw this game. But in any case, we're gonna get through this, guys. I'm at 60 HP because this guy got shot into me, and I put myself in a really terrible situation because I came to help the E4 and he took 2 shots immediately and died. If he was able to just stay alive, even just stay alive, I would have been able to take a shot at the Indian, and then the Indian might have looked at me, and then the E4 could have taken a shot. It's very, very easy. When it's 2v1, even if you're both one-shots, it's very easy to tag team against an enemy because they can't put their gun in 2 places at once, right? And yeah, this just really pissed me off because I felt like we could have won this game so easily, and then I threw it and I got even more mad at myself. But here we go. Let's get through it finally. I see the Indian Panzer, right? I take a shot at him, and at this point, right, this is obviously, you can see where I'm going to make this mistake. At this point, I'm thinking that either he's not going to spot me, or if he does, he's not going to have the time to stop and take a shot at me. He's running this way, and I'm thinking that he's going to continue running this way to try and maybe dive down into here or something. So I pull up to take a shot, and immediately this guy is able to kill me. It was a phenomenal shot, but it might have still been a little lucky. You could see, like, this guy stops so fast, and I just didn't expect this, right? He stops so fast for hardly even a second, takes the shot, and it literally goes right here. Like, it was a perfectly aimed shot, and sometimes, like, these things just happen, by luck, but I know that the Indian Panzer is a very accurate tank, so I can't be mad at that, right? But look, this guy stops, shoots, and it's done. And I'm thinking, I have a 4.8 second reload. I have to jump on this guy, and I didn't. And I just made an error, and I made a mistake, and man, it pissed me off so much that I lost this game. I only needed one more shot into him, and if I didn't take the shot running away, again, like even if the E4 was able to stay alive just for another 5 seconds, right? And I'm not trying to blame the loss on anybody. Look, when I do 3,300 damage and 1,400 spotting damage, and we lose a game, you know, it's probably, you know, a number of people's faults, including my own, but still. You know, I mean, when you have a game like this and your team loses, it was your game that got them here in the first place, if that makes sense. I mean, if I didn't have a game like this, this probably wouldn't have even been close. But I was able to whittle down so many people's HP just by putting my gun in the right place. The LT-432 is very good at this. But that's it, guys. That's the game. I want to kind of continue to talk through this. I know it's going to be a long video, but when you're in a situation like this, you really need to think of every outcome that's possible. And in this, I play this game late at night, so maybe my brain just wasn't working as well. But you need to think of every outcome, and in this case, I didn't think of the outcome of him stopping in the middle of the open to risk taking. Because the thing is, right? If he misses this shot, that's the game. You know, if I were him, I know that tank's very accurate. I probably would have kept running. I wouldn't have done this in the first place, but if I ended up in this situation, I probably would have kept running to try and get out of the way, because I don't want to stop in the middle of the, you know, the wide open to take a shot. If he misses this, or it bounces, or whatever, this is an easy win for me, because he's in the wide open, right? And I have his side plate. So my mistake. I should have been down here. I should have just thought of him, you know, of the outcome of him stopping and taking the shot. But, you know, it is what it is. If you're ever in this situation, just think of every outcome. Keep yourself hull down if you're in the LT-432. And that's all I can say. Other than that, I think we played a phenomenal game. Once it comes down to the end game, guys, you can use this bush over here that I used to help people out here. And you can also use this little valley area here to, you know, flank people and stuff like that. I think I, you know, was thinking pretty well through this entire game up until the very end. Indian Panzer played a really good game. I'm not even going to attempt to say this guy's name, but he's from this clan, Trex, if anybody knows him. And yeah, I mean, really good game. He didn't message me. I didn't message him after the game. I was pretty mad. I just got off. But yeah, this guy's a great player, and I think he played the game very well. And yeah, I mean, it goes to him. So that's it. Let's look at the end plates, and we will end the video. So 3,362 damage, 1,432 assists was the totals. And yeah, I mean, this is like, what, almost 5K combined. I mean, it's up there, right, in the high like 4,000s. So we played a phenomenal game. But I mean, I could do 10,000 damage, right, and have this happen at the very end, and I'll still be mad, because I know I could have won it. 2 kills, and yeah, the Indian Panzer, he had 2,400 damage, and like, this was a pretty even game. Like, they had a lot of good players, we had a lot of good players, so I like to see that. And we made 30K out of this game, and yeah, I mean, it was an 11-minute game, and 1432 again, 3362, and a lot of this damage was from more than 300 meters, probably from when I took that bush on the ridge line to protect the northwest side of the map. So that's all, guys. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you for the next one. Take care, and bye-bye.